Well, hello. This is Chris, and I wanted to share with you the joys of parenting. Here I am in my house where it's quiet, where I get to work every day from home. I don't have to go out. Today is just lousy weather, raining. The only reason I go out is to get a coffee. So, it's nice. I enjoy my time being at home, getting my work done, getting my workout done. Sometimes it's prepping dinner, and my day goes pretty smoothly. I take some time, I meditate, I might have to run some errands, and all that fun stuff that we need to do as parents. And I feel like all day I'm home and I'm focused, and by mid-afternoon I sort of my brain is fried and I get a little burnt out. And then all of a sudden I feel like the chaos begins. It's can you pick me up here? Can you drop me off here? Come now. I'm ready. Like the demands. And I think this is the way teenagers are. It's they demand and they want now, and everything is now. And I just feel like I'm like pulled and pulled and pulled in so many directions. And so end of the day, it's like, okay, I got to get dropped off here. I got to get picked up here. I got to do my homework. What's for dinner? Can you bring me here? Hey, Paula. And it's like nonstop. So it's that time, like usually, depending if they have practice after school. If they have practice after school, bonus. And now we're in between sports seasons. And so now instead of them not coming home until 5, they could be coming home at like 2. So that like shortens my day, which sometimes is fine, but sometimes I'm still sort of not done my work or done my day. And then it's like the distractions, and then it's the TV goes on, or I don't know, they'll scroll in their Instagram and then something pops up loud and obnoxious, and then, well, what are we having for dinner? And can, I have a question, can I do that? And so then I'm constantly interrupted. So anyway, that's sort of my day and what it looks like. Being able to work from home, which is a huge benefit, which I love. The freedom, flexibility that I'm at their beck and call sometimes is not a good thing. And then it's like, okay, I need to get, there's all kinds of appointments. Like, so for example, today they have dentist, so I've got to get him to the dentist, but one needs to be at practice, so I'm picking one up, getting her to the dentist, picking the other one up, bringing him to the dentist, bringing her back to practice. And then I got to pick her up from practice. Like, so it's nonstop. I'm not complaining. That's our job as parents, moms. And I love that I can be there for them. But sometimes it just gets so overwhelming. And then it's like they expect you to be there all the time for them. So that's sort of today. So yesterday, why I'm really kind of talking to you guys today is yesterday was crazy. Wednesday's my busy day because I have our local fit club. Every Wednesday, I've been doing it for, I don't know, probably 5 years now. Everybody knows Wednesday night's fit club. So I booked an appointment for my son. Okay, now we're getting into the whole teenage thing, and he's going to be driving, which totally freaks me out, which that will be like a whole nother live call. I'm not even going to get into that and get distracted by that. But he has all these appointments. So then it's like planning all those appointments, getting where they need to be. Wednesday nights, everybody knows. So I booked the appointment on Wednesday, assuming he could get there at 3 o'clock and he can be picked up at 7:30. And my husband would be able to pick him up. Not happening. My husband books a work appointment and a work dinner. So then he's not around. So, and here I am in a dilemma, and I have a lot of coaches that help me out with my fit club, and then all of a sudden, everyone was canceling, and they couldn't be there, and they couldn't make it, and I'm sort of like, okay, now I'm down to the wire. I've got to leave. I've got to get to fit club, and then I'm getting text from my son, can you come at 7? I think we're going to be done at 7. Now, fit club's at 6:45. First he says 7:30, and now he's telling me 7. Mom, I need you to come. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to figure this out? So anyway, I had to get myself, how was I going to be in 2 places at once? Does that ever happen to you guys? Do you have to be at 2 places at once, and your mind and your brain is fried because you're trying to figure it all out and make it all happen and please everybody? And then then it's just like this, your stress level. I could feel like physically. So what happens to you guys physically when that stress happens and you've got so many things going on at once? I could feel myself gritting my teeth. Like I can tell when I'm constantly gritting my teeth, and then I'm like, I could feel my, my heart racing a little bit. I could feel those physical symptoms of just being uncomfortable. And so it's just like, it was just crazy. So I was like trying to be calm, trying not to panic. And then I keep getting the text from him. Did you leave yet? Come now, please. I said, well, I need to get set up at Fit Club. Of course, I'm getting set up at Fit Club and nothing is working. Everything is going wrong. And I'm like, okay. And then just piles and piles on. And I had some people that were so helpful and so good. And I scooted out, picked him up, came back. But he's like waiting for me, and I didn't want him to be there by himself. Well, these people need to leave, and I'm like stressing. It's raining out, and it's dark, and I'm flying to get there. And then of course I'm picking up my child who's learning how to drive, and I'm driving back like a maniac, and he's like, Mom, brakes, Mom, stop. So it was just, and then he gets in the car, I'm yelling at him, he's yelling at me, and it was just craziness. And then my heart rate's going up, as my heart rate's going up right now, telling you guys, and my heart starts racing again, and I'm gritting my teeth, because how can I be in two places? How can I make everybody happy? And then, he's going to wait in the car for me. Oh my God, I didn't even think of Uber. No, that freaks me out, Paula. I could not, no, because then I'd be freaking out. So I'm freaking out. I would freak out if he's in an Uber. Who can I have help me out? I don't want to make somebody, go out of their way. So I'm like, okay, just manage this. Just do it yourself. And, then it's like, him getting in a car with anybody. You know what I mean? That's a whole, like I said, that's a whole nother conversation. Well, I guess, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it didn't even cross my mind. I was just trying to get it all done and make it all happen. And it was just chaos. So that's just the life of being a mom, parent of teenagers, because it's like they need something, they want something. Now, here's the thing. He's going to be getting his license. And here I am complaining because I got to do drop off and pick up, and I'm running around all over the place. It's fine. I will continue to do it, because then the other hand is the freedom and then the lack of control that I get, because then he starts driving. And then I'm freaking out and stressed and gritting my teeth even more because he's in the car. And then whether he's with friends or whether he's driving, and then I'm like crazy because I'm worrying all the time. So do you have that worry? Do you guys worry all the time about your teenagers? How do you let some of that go? Or how do you, I don't know, how do you not worry? Or what are the biggest things that you worry about with your kids being teenagers? There's so much. And I think what part of it is they're becoming more independent. We're losing that control, so that's that lack of control, and they're being more independent. You want them to be more independent, and as they get more independent, you have that fear of, things happening. So, look at me, I'm all fired up. I gotta breathe. So what are some of the struggles that you have around that? Where you're pulled in a million directions, you try to be that super mom, you try to get it all done, you try to be a people pleaser and make everybody happy. And thank goodness for myself that I exercise. That is my huge stress relief. And if it wasn't, well, last night it ended up being wine because I couldn't do the exercising at Fit Club last night. So, I gotta read Paula. I have to let go and they need to learn. Feeling will let them. Yes, it's true. It's true. Oh yeah, that reminds me of the other thing. So part of the other thing is now today, this is the thing that set me off today. Oh, Mom, I think I lost my retainer. I'm like, what? So then that compiled on after last night. Then this morning, that's how the day started this morning. Mom, and then I could tell he was tracing his steps. I could tell he was stressed. And then I was trying to be calm because I'm like, I felt bad. But then part of it is they need to be responsible. They need to be responsible for these things. So now that's a whole nother issue. So what I have to do today, I have to book an appointment. So he's going to get his new molding to get a new retainer. And I'm like, you're paying. You lost it, you're paying. They need to learn responsibility. He's going to get in a car. Can't even keep track of his retainer. So That was the issue this morning. And so again, how do you teach them responsibility? How do you, it was like managing all this stuff. I can't manage and be responsible for them. You try to make them as independent as possible, and then yet stuff like this happens. So yeah, that's my last 24 hours, which really to some of you might be no big deal. Like, really, get over yourself. I get it, because there's a lot worse things in life. But when you're in it and you're in the moment and there's things that compile up and over and things just keep happening, then kind of stress gets there. And like I said, exercise, thank goodness for that. That keeps me sane. So for you, what are your biggest stressors raising teenagers, and how do you deal with it, and what are some of the things that you do to relieve stress? And thank God I do meditate mid-afternoon. I take a break away from it all, and I do meditate because I have to just kind of clear my mind. So I just wanted to kind of get that off my chest, share a little bit about sort of like the last 24 hours of little things that happen with teenagers, the driving, the picking up, the appointments, and making the appointments, and not forgetting things, and being responsible. And if I only showed you the bedroom, that's the next thing. All right, Paula, awesome. Go get your nails done, because that's a great way to relieve stress. Doing something for yourself is so important. And I'm a huge advocate of that, is taking care of yourself. Whether it's a massage, whether it's a pedicure, a manicure, you're exercising, getting your hair done, whatever it may be. Maybe it's going shopping, maybe it's buying something new. Whatever it is, find time for yourself. Find ways to relieve stress. We all have stress in our lives. We all have things that happen. Some things happen more often. Some things happen unexpectedly. And how do you switch up your schedule? How do you kind of go with the flow? Go with the flow. I don't know about that. That's really hard for me. So how do you do all of that? And now my phone's ringing. So I'm going to let you go, but I would love your comments. Share some of the things that you get stressed about with your teenagers, and then what do you do to help you relax and handle it all? All right. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.